Good evening. COVID-19 outbreak has shut down our business as usual mindset and lifestyle. COVID-19 has locked down everything. Locked down businesses, production centers, distribution centers, markets. COVID-19 has locked down International Monetary Fund, World Bank, World Court, United Nations, Amnesty International. Everything is shut down and locked down. COVID-19 outbreak locked down all technology and science, politics, all the business as usual, political interaction. Globalization shut down, locked down. All religions, temples and churches, pontiffs, cardinals, eminences, excellencies, graces, all of them shut down. The whole structure, what we invented for our own use, has become useless. Lockdown, shut down. Only one thing is opened. The past 2 months, this is not shut down, this is not lockdown. This is open. What is it? Agriculture, food production. It is not locked down, it is not shut down. If you shut down food production and agriculture, everything will be locked down for good. It's finished. Everything is over. Agriculture is open even today. That tells you how important the agriculture is. 70 to 75% of the world population engaged in agriculture. Mostly small farms, they produce huge amount of food in their small endeavors like small orchards, small fishing boats, and a small milk production and food production, but they feed billions of people. Small farms, they produce large food. I'm not talking about industrial farms. They produce only the food they want. They are not interested in promoting the multi-cropping and the organic agriculture. They are only interested in profit making. But most of the food is produced by organic farming in the small scale industries. But yet, we have so many problems in the agricultural sector, especially chemical use. Fertilizers, pesticides, fungicides. We are killing the soil. That is the truth. So COVID-19 outbreak should give us an awakening which will make all of us to come out of it and go for sustainable agriculture, organic agriculture, not dumping poison and producing food. Doesn't sound good. It's a contradiction in terms. Food production with poison. You put poison in the land and you produce food. That food ends up in your body. What goes around comes around. So you put poison there. It's not putting poison there. You're putting poison in your body. And in your future generations, you're passing that poison to future generations. People sell the land. They think it's a commodity. They've forgotten that it's a community. We are part of that community. We are part of the microorganism, we are part of the plants, and we are parts of the fungi, we are parts of Monera, Protista, Animalia. We are part of it. But yet we sell it as a property, as a commodity. No, it's not a commodity, it's a community. You can't sell it. And many youth abandon agriculture as if it's a bad profession. They prefer medicine, they prefer teaching jobs, they prefer engineering profession, other computer profession. Oh my God. This is the best profession, agriculture. Everything was shut down for the past 2 months. Only one profession was working. Agriculture, the oldest profession in the world. In India, 300,000 farmers committed suicide. You know that? Between 1994 to 2014, 300,000 farmers committed suicide because they couldn't sustain their lives by doing agriculture. Something is wrong with the agriculture sector because it has become a profit-making sector. It was just a sustainable and feeding sector. Agriculture never been a profit-making structure. It was a profession for living and sharing. But today, money making through agriculture. So the people were allured, they were pushed into profit making area where they became a failure. They couldn't make any money. They lost what they invested. So they committed suicide. So now, COVID-19 has asked us to think about this, one of the oldest profession. The humankind, they did only one profession, that is agriculture. 10,000 years ago, we were hunters and gatherers. And then we invented farming. That changed everything. As I told you, 70% of the world population, even today, do farming. That is good. I'm also a farmer. My father was a farmer. My grandfather was a farmer. All my generation is a farming community. I am proud about it. Because God Himself mandated this profession to humans, the first humans. The Bible, book of Genesis, chapter 2, verse 15. We can find the answer there. The answer is found in the Bible, where God mandates the first humans to till it and to keep it. That is the word. To till it and keep it, which lays a biblical foundation for a noblest profession intended to humans by the Creator God. The first job God gave to man was agriculture. Even after the expulsion from the Garden of Eden. Remember that. Genesis 2:15, before the expulsion of humans from the garden, before evicting the humans. Okay? But in Genesis chapter 3:23, that is after the eviction, again it prescribes the same mandate. God prescribes the same mandate to man for the second time. I'm going to read the quote, Genesis 3:23. Therefore, the God sent him forth from the Garden of Eden to till the ground from which he was taken. Yea, Genesis 2:15, Genesis 3:23. That lays the foundation for one of the noblest profession in the world, agriculture. In Laudato Si, Pope Francis, his encyclical on environment and ecology, he actually gives reference to this Genesis 2:15. In paragraph number 67, Pope Francis writes as follows: each community can take from the bounty of the earth, also has the duty to protect the earth and to ensure its fruitfulness for coming generations. The earth is the Lord's. There is Psalm 24 verse 1. To him belongs the earth with all that is within it. That is Deuteronomy chapter 10 verse 14. And Pope Francis, the paragraph number 164, he writes about the promotion of agriculture, especially organic agriculture. He recommends to the international community to have a common plan in which agriculture has an important note. In paragraph number 164, Laudato Si, Pope writes as follows: interdependence belongs and obliges us to think of one world with a common plan. Such a consensus could lead, for example, to planning a sustainable and diversified agriculture. Pope is talking about agriculture. What is the diversified and sustainable agriculture means? It may be organic farming, like biofertilizers, animal husbandry, biological management, natural manures, vermicompost, green leaf manures, and crop rotation, multi-cropping, not monocropping. The monocropping, that is what the industrial farm is all about. But multi-cropping is organic farming. It's a diversified agriculture, but also sustainable agriculture. Pope writes beautiful things about agriculture, especially in paragraph number 129. Brilliantly he writes. You see, popes in the past, they used to write about God, hell, heaven, purgatory, all those things. But now Pope Francis writes about soil, water, air, agriculture. Oh my God. Reality. Reality is replacing metaphysics. Metaphysics. Paragraph number 129. I would like to read now. There is a great variety of small-scale food production systems which feed the greater part of the world's peoples, using a modest amount of land and producing less waste. Be it in small agricultural parcels, in orchards and gardens, hunting and wild harvesting or local fishing. All small farms, they provide food for 7.5 billion people. All organic farms. And poor people, the production of milk, eggs, fish, all are sustainably done by the poor people. It is not the industrial system that feeds the greater majority of the world population. It is the poor community that feeds most of the world community. Oh my God. That's why Pope is very much interested in promoting the sustainable and organic agriculture. So one more paragraph from Laudato Si. There are a number of paragraphs. There are 30 paragraphs in Laudato Si. Pope Francis is writing about the promotion of organic agriculture, but I identified 3 paragraphs. This is the wonderful paragraph. That is paragraph number 180 from Laudato Si. I'd like to read it for you. Agriculture in poorer regions can be improved through investment in rural infrastructures, a better organization of local or national markets, systems of irrigation, and the development of techniques of sustainable agriculture. New forms of cooperation and community organization can be encouraged in order to defend the interest of small producers and preserve local ecosystems from destruction. Yes. I think you need to contemplate on the things what just now happened. Everything was locked down. The whole international system was locked down. Production, distribution, markets, all of them are shut down. Technology, science, politics and religions, shut down, locked down. Only one thing was open. Even now it's free. Nobody can lock it up. Nobody can shut it down. Agriculture. I think today there are 7.5 billion people. I recommend this noblest profession recommended by God Himself to all the people of the earth. 7.5 billion people do the agriculture. Yeah, I'm a Catholic priest. Now I'm doing agriculture and I'm going to buy some sheep. I'm going to graze them. After all, Jesus told, feed my sheep, take care of my sheep. I lay down my life for the sake of the poor sheep. So, hunters and gatherer lifestyle is always good. We need to recommend agriculture to our children and to their great grandchildren. Thank you.